Where can I sit, love?
Anyway.
Where are you sitting? That front row? Is that okay if I sit in the... I'll sit behind you guys. Seth, can you go and tell Uncle that Nan's sitting in here in the second row? I don't want to be outside. Thank you, Donna. That's your seats along there, mate.
No, he's somewhere down.
Okay. Thanks, Donna, for trying. Emma, are you going back outside?
Yeah,
Can
I'm
you
just
let
saying.
Owen know where I am, please? I don't particularly want to go out there at the moment.
Sorry?
Can you let Owen know where I am? I don't want to go out there at the moment. Thank you. Technically, actually, has come a long way. Premises have to start somewhere.
You won't be long, isn't it? water in your hands and again. It's love, 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 love. Until it's all in your hands and again. It's love, 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 love. It's all in your hands and again.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to you all. We know some of you have travelled far and wide to be here today, and I'm sure that wherever Will is, he would be very impressed to see you all supporting his beautiful family here together in honour of him. I think it is important for us all to acknowledge that we have a special little guest here today. If you don't already know him, his name is Batcat, and he was Will's Make-A-Wish wish. So thank you to the young lady who's keeping the door shut. Thank you. So a big welcome to you, Batcat, as you try to escape. I think Batcat is the type of cat who is just going to do whatever it is that he wants to do. So please just let him get on with doing that. So firstly, before we begin, Jamie and Tiana would like to give you the opportunity to come forward and place any little keepsakes that you have brought along with you today onto the table that has been set up beside you. Feel free to come up now if you have any of those little keepsakes. Thank you. So we've chosen to unite here in this beautiful old hall to celebrate all those things about William Rome Charchalis that nourished a special little place in all of your hearts. This is where you will have the opportunity to share stories and begin the journey of turning these stories into special memories. Nestled within these stories, you'll be able to hear the music from Will's heart, and you'll be reminded of all the important and beautiful snapshots of his precious time on earth. Will's mum and dad have painted a pretty exceptional picture of who Will was for us. Apart from his prowess at navigating Uber Eats and Woolworths online ordering systems, we've heard of the tenacity and his fearlessness, his huge lion-sized heart, and his cheeky nature. We have heard of his quick wit, his independent nature, and his never give up attitude, sitting right alongside his fierce determination. And we have heard of his love and his curiosity for the natural world. I'm not sure if Tiana shared this love when the natural world started creeping inside, into her world. But I also think perhaps Tiana and Jamie tolerated as much as they needed to in their efforts to allow Will to live as much as possible, doing all the things that he really wanted to do. And his family and friends, of course, you are all united in your grief. You have all arrived today with hearts that are overflowing with love for Will. To Will's family, we extend our deepest condolences to you. We know that you have all been fierce advocates for him. You are a vigilant, devoted and loving network that of course kept Will and your love for him at the centre of your lives. Please know that we come to stand with you and we bear witness to your loss. Losing a child has been almost likened to losing your own life. Yet you are still here physically, still breathing, still paying the bills, still talking about the weather, still loving all of those left around you, but never quite feeling whole. Because how could anything replace that little hand that you once held? Well, the truth of it is that it can't be replaced. It is an emptiness forevermore. But on these days when you miss Will the most, when your memories are sharp enough to cut deeper, remember how he loved you. Remember how hard he loved you and do that for yourself. On his name and in his honour, love yourself as he loved you. On those days when you miss Will the most, love yourself much, much harder. In gathering together today, we are acknowledging that this is a sacred and a very special place where you can let the tears flow and perhaps you may even be able to start that healing journey. Of course, it's a tough road ahead. Because inch by inch, the pain you feel equals the love you had for Will. They exist side by side in perfect balance, grief and love. Because grief is simply the expression of that pure love. It's still inside you, but it's just looking for that familiar place to land. When you are ready, you'll find ways to redirect it, but not now. The bittersweet truth is that the greater the love, the deeper the grief. We can't escape the knowledge that sadly, this experience changes your footing in the world, because your foundations have been shaken and you are in the midst of grief. Please know that with this grief comes something else, a deeper strength. Loss forces you to grow into someone stronger, someone more contemplative. It may harden some parts of you, but it will certainly soften others. Loss teaches us that nothing stays the same. And sometimes the hardest changes are the ones that shape us the most. And you only have to look around this hall to know that you aren't alone. To all of you collectively, we know that you are all probably wondering just how this world is going to work without Will in it. Please try not to fall out of love with the world. Instead, be grateful this world gave rise to him. Be glad he ever existed and you were blessed enough to be able to love and care for him so well. We know this world couldn't keep your hearts whole and you're probably feeling every emotion right now. But let your everlasting love for Will be the glue that patches it up. I'm quite sure that Will would want you all to try and fill your hearts with some joy, particularly when you are contemplating his life today. So, right now, you will all have the opportunity to hear a little bit about that life from the people who knew him the best and who loved him the most. So it's my pleasure now to invite Will's mum and dad, Tiana and Jamie, to come forward, where Tiana will share some memories of Will. So feel free to come up.
Thank you all for coming today. Where do I start with Will? Cheeky. So cheeky. If he wasn't pulling a funny face when he was in trouble, he was laughing at somebody else for being in trouble. Quick to flip the birdie at any given opportunity. There was rarely a serious moment when Will was around. His laughter and his antics. Even in the midst of treatment, he was calling me a dirty rat when I pulled on his line. He went from pretending to be asleep with the nurses to telling them to stay in his rooms because I was too loud and big, so that he would sneak around with his IV jolly and scare all of the nurses. He was loud and loved being home, going home to ride on the motorbikes, get his back cat after I said no chameleon. Our reptile license wasn't really in the time frame that we had, but kudos to Will for trying. Endless possibilities he could have chosen for his make-a-wish, and he chose a cat, and a black one at that. Between motorbikes, making pizzas and carrots, he loved being home. A child that we're forever thankful for to have him, even though it's never enough. But he's with us always, even if we can't see him. Always adventuring, forever riding on the bike. I'm glad he's at peace, wherever he is.
Thank you both. We all appreciate that so much. Now I'd like to invite Emma, Will's auntie, to join me.
Not all heroes wear capes. Let me tell you about mine. My little hero, a 6-year-old boy named William Rome, who fought the most courageous fight. Every day you amaze me with your fighting strength and spirit, and I am so grateful for your life. You, our boy, have been nothing but strong and courageous throughout this whole ordeal. You are the true definition of what resilience and strength is, and Auntie Emma is so proud of you and how you have fought. To my brother Jamie and sister Tiana, I just want to say, you guys are so amazing, so strong, such champions. The way you guys have dealt with every high and low, every pain and hurt that comes along with seeing your child go through such a grueling thing, the way you guys have held your head above the waters to be there and support William through this journey, as well as your other children, Seth, Alec and Isabella, has inspired and touched my heart in ways that I never even thought was possible. Love you guys wholeheartedly, and I'm so proud of you all. William, our precious boy, where do I even start? 6 years with you just wasn't long enough, but how eternally grateful I am that God graced my life with you. You were just far too precious for this world, my little superhero, and what an incredible impact you left on us all. At a time like this, there are so many different feelings: despair, anger, sorrow, confusion, and so many questions. Why did this happen? Why William? Why a 6-year-old child? But sometimes there are no answers and things just happen. As we say farewell to our dear little William, let us not lose ourselves in the sorrow of loss, but rather find comfort in the memories we shared, the laughter, the tears, the love. Let us remember him not with sadness, but with the joy he brought into our lives, the lessons he taught us, and the love he shared with us all. William, you were a blessing in our lives, a light that never dimmed. Though our hearts are heavy, we gather here today to celebrate the precious life of William and the gorgeous little boy he was, he is, and will ever be. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Emma, William's auntie, and it's an absolute privilege and honour to have been asked to speak today. Or as William would say, the Auntie Emma that if Mum said no to something he wanted, somewhere he wanted to go, in particular the lolly shop, also known as Parton's IGA Harvey, he knew one look with that cheeky grin at Auntie Emma and he would get anything he wanted. As the saying goes, he had me hook, line and sinker. He just thought it was the best, and he'd often turn to his siblings and stir them up, saying that he was going to the lolly shop and they weren't coming. He thought it was even better when he discovered Uncle Vinny had a card that apparently had a never-ending supply of money on it that only William was allowed to use. I remember this one time in particular. It was the 22nd of December 2024. We had gone up to visit William at the Ronald House to spend time with him for Christmas. I was sitting there at the table in the main area. Next minute, William comes up to me with the cheekiest grin I'd ever seen on his face, hands behind his back, and I said to him, "What have you got?" And he just started losing it, laughing. And out behind his back, he pulls out Uncle Vinny's card. So off to the lolly shop we went. This time, it was a little shop around the corner from where we were that William had discovered. I remember saying to Will, "Auntie Emma doesn't know where this lolly shop is." And he goes, "That's okay, we've got Uncle Vinny's card." And he said that I could get whatever I wanted, so we'll be okay. William was a boy who was full of life, loved the outdoors and being in nature. Camping was one of his greatest loves, which is something he and his family would often do. William loved being in nature so much, you'd often hear of how he'd strip right down to his birthday suit, sitting outside watching the world go by. Or in true William style, he would sit naked on top of his parents' car, flipping the birdie at everyone who drove past, laughing his absolute head off. I'd often hear from my brother and sister of how he was known as the little nudist on the street. He just loved running wild, carefree and naked. William came into the world fighting and left the world fighting. He spent the first few weeks of his life in hospital, but as every day went on, he grew from strength to strength, always keeping his family on his toes. As he grew, his cheekiness grew with him, and he had everyone wrapped around his little finger, and he always got what he wanted. William and I would often talk on the phone, do video calls, send little video recordings to each other. I'd often hear from him asking me when I was coming to see him. I'll never forget this one day. I had videos coming in from him asking me where I was. They started out as, "Auntie Emma, we're just at the hospital waiting for you. Come here today." Then he got a little bit more demanding and he was like, "Click your fingers and come here right now when you're not getting a massage." And I was like, "Well, Auntie Emma can't come just now." So I'm all the way down in Harvey. But William wasn't having it any other way and he wanted me there. So I said to him, "That's okay, Auntie Emma will come and see you, but you have to make me coffee when I get there." Then the next video comes. He goes, "Okay, Auntie Emma, I'll make you 5 coffees, but you have to make me tea, 7 cups of tea." I remember telling him that I was on my way and he didn't believe me. So he sends another video. And I have to say, out of all the videos he has ever sent me, this video was by far the best, and he had me on the floor in stitches laughing. He turned around to me and said, "Well, show me where you are on Google Maps then." And well, let me tell you all, Auntie Emma didn't know what to say to that one, but Tiana and I quite often still laugh about it. William never lost his cheekiness or his sense of humour throughout his whole cancer treatment. He was always cracking jokes, even in the height of his chemotherapy. I remember one day I had gone to sit with him in the hospital and I said to Tiana, "You go, love, go have a break, go do what you need to do, and I'll sit with Will." Well, William couldn't wait for his mum to leave. He just had that look on his face that he was up to something. So Tiana left and Will couldn't grab the iPad quick enough. "Will, what are you up to?" He just giggled. He said, "Nothing, Auntie Emma," although I knew he was telling me porkies and was up to something because he just kept on laughing at himself. Again, "Will, what are you up to?" "Mum is being mean and she never buys me anything." I was like, "Will, Mum always takes you places and always buys you stuff." And he goes, "It's okay, I'll just get something on Uber Eats." I was like, "Will, you don't know what that is." And he was adamant, he knew exactly what it was, and he proceeded to tell me he could order anything he wanted and it gets delivered downstairs. So I sat with this one for a moment, trying to keep a straight face, because he was being so serious. Then he said, "See, honey, Emma, look, I know how to do it." He had the Woolies app opened on the iPad and was adding all this stuff to the shopping cart. He had added stuff for himself and ordered special body wash for Dad. And he says, "Mum's getting nothing because she's mean." And I was like, "Will?" And then I had a good giggle about it. And then he goes, "It's just me and Dad. And I'm going to Uber Eats it downstairs." I was like, "Yeah, sure, mate." And just left it at that. Didn't think anything would come of it other than Will was just telling me how to do it. Somehow, he had actually placed this order for Will, and it wasn't until Tiana told me there was an order that, funnily enough, she hadn't placed. We couldn't stop laughing. William packed more love and light into his 6 short years of life than most do in a lifetime. His giggle was infectious, his hugs were healing, and his imagination knew no bounds. He made every day an adventure and taught us all the meaning of unconditional love and what true strength is. Our lives will never be the same without him, but we are forever better because of him. We'll carry his light with us always. In loving memory of William Rome Charchalis. Although it has broken our hearts that we have lost you, you did not go alone, for a part of us were with you the day that we called you home. If tears could fill the stairway and heartache make a lane, we'd walk our way to heaven and bring you back again. In life we loved you dearly, in death we love you still. In our hearts should hold a place no one could ever fill. Always and forever, my little champion, my little hero.
Thank you, Emma. That was beautiful. So, ladies and gentlemen, after listening to those beautiful stories, anecdotes, I'd like to extend an invitation for you all to take a very private moment where you can reflect and honour the impact that Will had on your life as we watch a carefully crafted photo tribute created by his family. Ladies and gentlemen, today we get to hold space for Will, his family and each other. We get to publicly acknowledge that his life has made a very big difference to all of yours. We all gave many of you here some priceless gifts. Gifts such as acceptance, kindness, loss of laughter, and of course, much love. But we all know firsthand that not every moment in life is easy, and not every memory is etched in gold. In one way or another, Will was able to show you all how to show up well during times of struggle and adversity. Don't let that be in vain. Remember Will when you're facing your own battles. Draw strength from some of his experiences. And please remember how he made you feel. Sometimes, after a while, our minds tend to forget details, the ins and the outs of things. Your battered hearts may panic a little because you fear you're losing the person you already lost a little bit more. But actually, it's the feelings you remember. The way someone made you feel, the way Will made you feel. It's his smell, his sound, his presence. You will never ever forget the essence of a person, and that's what will stay with you forever, the essence of Will. Please commit yourself to being present for each other in the coming days, weeks and months, as you all find ways to live without his presence. Each of you have a special Will story. So find time soon to share it. Let everyone know how he left his footprint on the hearts of all those people in his life. Because this will help you all to look back fondly and understand how he carved out his own special little niche in this very big world. It's today that you'll all get to publicly acknowledge just how incredibly missed he will be. So ladies and gents, the laying of offerings onto a coffin is a traditional way that we can show our respects to that person. But often, it can mean so much more than just that. The laying of any offering can also be a very symbolic way of you to lay down your sorrows. Will's family would like to give you all that opportunity to pay your respects, to say your very last goodbyes to Will, and to perhaps lay down some of your sorrows. I'd like to ask Will's immediate family to come forward first, so we can allow them to spend some time, some very special, precious time with Will. And once they have taken their seats, we would love you to come forward and also spend some time with Will. Once you feel ready, please make your way back to your seats for the conclusion of the service.
Where's the cat one? Down here. It wasn't down here, it's down there. The girl stands up. Tiana,
Beautiful. Well done. Can you do me a favour also? That pedal for me, please. Is that all right?
Tiana.
To Will, as you fly into freedom onto your next journey, may your spirit soar high amongst the clouds, but always hover just low enough to continue to touch your family with much love. In closing, I'd like to ask you all to go forward today with a small flickering of light in your soul. May the memories of Will begin to bring you much joy and comfort. May the words, the touch, and the presence of others bring you some solace, particularly today. And may you feel blessed and grateful for having had the opportunity to love Will so well. So can I please ask Will's family to rejoin me? And can we please check that that cat is back in his bat box before we open the door? And thanks for the door guardian. Ladies and gentlemen, once Will's immediate family have fallen in, you're all welcome to follow and to come outside and wave goodbye to Will. Thank you for your attendance here today.
Every argument, every word we can't take back. 'Cause we know that it's happened, nothing can be gone the way that the story ends. There's only for a minute. I want to change my mind. This is something right to me. I want to raise your spirits. I want to see you smile. No, that means I'll have to please. Eating me up inside. We're on our course. We pretend we're okay. Now that we come together, at least we can swim all the way from the right way. Then only for a minute, I want to change my mind. This just don't feel right to me. I want to raise your spirits. I want to see you smile. No, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately, I've been thinking. I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. So I'll go. I'll go. I'll go. So I'll go. I'll go. Lately, I've been thinking. I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. Even though I might not like this, I think that you'll be happier. I want you to be happier. Then only for a minute, I want to change my mind. This just don't feel right to me. I want to raise your spirits. I want to see you smile. No, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately, I've been
was just going to follow this up.